Hi everyone, I'm Patrick.
Hi everyone, I'm Belle.
So it's our BXB webinar again for our part 3.
Yes, part 3.
Yeah, finally,
The
finally
final
I have
one.
someone sit next to me. I won't be lonely anyway. So today, if I don't speak, then Belle, you have to cover it, okay?
Oh, okay, I will try my best. I will try my best.
But like from the very first week that we have a lot of people, and
Yeah.
second week a bit less.
Oh, yes.
And today, for now, we only have 24 right now. So everyone,
It will be
please.
better. It will be better.
Yeah, it will be better, but please
Share this link.
share this link
Yes.
with your friends, with your clients, with your customers, with everyone.
Yes.
All right? And otherwise, we'll be nervous. Yeah, because now actually everyone is like looking at us just like, why there's no people?
I hope there will be more than 100 this time.
I hope so. I think more than 100 is not only just a goal. It
Yeah.
is absolutely a must.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
this time we also do it on our Facebook fans page.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if you go to BXB's BXB Global, that you will also see our
Live stream.
streaming. It's the same one. It's the same one.
Yes.
So no need to pressure that you should choose YouTube or Facebook. You know what? It's the best. Just do both.
Okay, so you can just one cell phone is for YouTube and your laptop is for the Facebook.
Yeah, and maybe if you have other devices, just open any like YouTube or Facebook. So
Ask your family, your
yeah.
friends.
So let your family just follow our voices. We will try to make today's
Will that
as
be
entertaining as possible. I think that is fine, all right? If just like you're relaxing, just watching two of the people just speaking, somehow it's nice, right?
Yes, I think it is nice.
Yeah, so I think they should just open all the devices, just all
Yes.
play our voices and just like
Yes, all of us.
shower with our voices and telling them
With our beautiful voice.
yeah, with our beautiful voices, and we will share a lot of the details.
You are so confident.
I have to, otherwise they don't want to listen to our presentation.
You think the number isn't grow.
I think it's decreasing. when they hear me, like I want them to share with all of their friends and just all right. So I hope so. Again, please share our link, our YouTube channel's link,
Yes,
our
YouTube link.
streaming link. If you don't have the link, you can ask our sales.
Yes.
You can ask Lena, you can ask Maggie,
Maggie.
you can ask Yuli. Just ask them for a link and just
Yes.
share to all of our friends.
Yes.
And also we can do it on the Facebook. So if you can, go to our Facebook fans page, BSB Global, and just do share about this live streaming as well. It's also doing the streaming there. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the first time. So we do the talk show, something like a talk show.
Yeah, more casual.
Yeah, I think this is more casual. I hope everyone can just like get used to this. And I think one of the reasons is like, okay, I want to ask Belle you a question. Okay, so where will you listen to a speech if you're at home, where you listen to a speech or something, like on the phone or something?
I will watch a speech in my bedroom.
Bedroom? Okay, so be more specifically, like personally, I will listening to the, I think I will listening to those speech on the bed.
Well, I might not. I will sit in front of my desk because I know I will fall asleep when I was watching the speech on my bed.
I think there's someone asked us that didn't we work at radio station in the past? I think this is our second business opportunity,
Yeah.
Like later we will start doing okay, welcome to BXB Radio. Today we're gonna play you the first video of
we can
Wait,
try
wait,
in the future.
we can try in the future.
Yes.
Just playing some of the BXB Radio all the
Yes.
time.
Oh, there are also many people say hi to us.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Finally,
Hi.
this time it can be more casual, but we can talk about like a lot of the stupid things or
No, we still will provide you the good
best
information.
service and
Yes,
also
yes,
like
yes.
a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah. So you will already start to feel a difference between like today's webinar will be different like before. Just like as what I just mentioned, like if I'm at home and I would just like lay on my bed and just like sleeping and also watching the webinar at the same time. And maybe just like what you say that maybe I was just fall asleep. I'm talking to you, this person. You're lying on the bed. It is you.
You can watch.
Just be relaxed. Just
Yeah,
still,
you can
just,
relax.
yeah, just
but
on
just
the bed.
don't fall asleep. Maybe you can eat some snack.
Oh, we will try to entertain you to wake you up, okay?
Yeah, we will try our best.
So if you're just almost falling asleep, let us know. We will say a jokes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I have
really know
many.
English jokes actually. Do you know any English joke?
Later, I can check for you.
Oh, okay, okay. We can do some English joke. Ah, okay. So the voice is really low. I hope it's better.
Is this okay now?
I think maybe
Oh,
we can
yes,
get
we can
closer.
speak.
Okay.
We can speak
Okay.
louder.
Okay. So yes, as what we say before, like yeah, because I think during the coronavirus period, I think one thing I envy all of our customers is like they work at home.
Yeah, me
They work from home.
Me too.
I mean, like, I know that maybe you don't think so. Like, a lot of people will say,
You don't know, working at home is very boring.
what's your imagination if you can work at home?
If I work at home?
Yeah, if you
I
can work from
imagine
home.
that I can sleep until noon.
Selena, Yuli, you heard it. Bill want
It
to
is
work
my
from home and
it
just
is
like
my
sleep
imagination.
until 12.
You ask me and I answer. Don't ask me this kind of question.
Just like a trap, you know, you're entering my trap.
I just imagine that if I work at home, I will be very casual and don't want to.
You don't have to do the makeup. You can just dress.
Yeah,
You can
I
wear
can
the
wear
pajamas
all day long.
all day and just like
Yes.
do the working.
Yes, yes, yes.
But in this case, then maybe you have to like working from the like once you wake up and maybe working until very late, because there will be no difference between like you're at home or you're in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm not so sure because actually I'm really envy because like as what you say that I think it's really casual if I can just do work from home. But all of my friends say that it's very like interesting in a very 2 days. But in the end, they figure out that it's not so attractive anymore.
Yeah, people who work from home, they really envy about we can go to the office and we can go to the street to buy anything we like because actually the situation in Taiwan is kind of normal.
Yeah, just like nothing changed at all. Just
Yes.
only if like it is harder for us to buy the mask. Except for that, everything is the same.
Yes.
So
yes.
every time when my friends from any other country just ask me how's everything, how's the situation in Taiwan right now, and it will say okay, let me think, how can we deal with our voices? Or maybe you can just get your microphone. I think it will be better if we can each of us have one in front of us. All right. So we just talk it like this. I hope everyone can hear us very clear. It is fine. Just open it. All right. Okay. Voice tracking model.
Hello, hello, test.
Maybe closer. We have to speak a bit louder to
Test.
let them hear our
Test.
voices.
Is it clear enough? Okay, I think we can just move on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think now we finally increasing 10 more people, so we have some progress. And once we have some progress, I think we can just do more things.
Okay.
All right. So I hope everyone is like very. Don't be so pressured. This is not really like a training. We will just like it's like a talk
Free
show.
talk,
Yeah, like a
yes.
free talk today, and we just like sharing you about how we do and some of the questions
Yes.
of
We have
like.
collect from
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
last
yeah.
two webinars.
So again, I would still like to thank everyone for participating our webinar for past 2 weeks.
Yes.
Those participation is really, really, really helpful for BXB.
Yes.
And we just collecting a lot of the like information and a lot of the feedback from you, and all of that is really helpful.
Yes.
And in here, I think, Belle, you have one client you want to shout out to, right? You want to point out who is the person?
Well,
I think,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
I think
but
you can.
I'm not sure is he in this live stream.
So
But I would like to say thank you to Megatex.
okay.
Billy.
Why
Yes.
thanks to Megatech Billy?
Because yesterday Billy just sent me an inquiry and
Yeah.
he said that because he saw our webinar and he find out that this project is really similar to the solution we provide.
In the webinar.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So yes, I really appreciate it. And if you are watching this live stream, I just want to say thank you, Billy,
And if you want to be shout out as a name, like
Yes.
you can also ask us a lot of projects. All the listeners, now you heard it. Like, yeah, we really thanks for your participation. And if you
Yes.
just asking us some of the projects, even you are still cooking it, but still fine. You can just asking us that,
Yes.
what can we do for you? And we can always provide you a lot of system diagram and there's a lot of introduction and a lot of things. Even if you want us that provide you training in your country only for your like the webinar only for your country, like for example maybe the training only for India Universal Team or Philippines Fantasy FNTSI. I always like to call them like the
Yeah.
fantasy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds really like fantasy.
But
Yeah.
actually, they really call it like FNTSI.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But fantasy, this idea I was given to them last year, and it was like,
Good
okay,
idea, good
yeah,
idea.
the fantasy team in Philippines, and just like if you guys have any of the customers, if you have any kind of the, if you need us to do the training for you, it is like absolutely no problems for us
Yes,
that you,
it's welcome to ask from us.
yeah, Bill will always help you to do the training,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You will also be the engineer to do like the teaching always.
Well, engineer is a little bit far away from me.
I think so. I think so.
But
So
I will
also,
try.
and
I
you
will
can
try.
also like point out like I want Selena to do the training for me and something like this. Just giving us some of the suggestions. So you just point a person and do the training for you, then we can do it.
Okay.
I think that is okay, right? If it is not okay, you can just ask Yuli. Yeah, maybe Yuli will just answer that.
Yes.
Hi,
absolutely.
Vinoji. So yes, again, now I think we still like almost 10 minutes. So I would like to ask everyone again that please share this
Yes. Please share
live
this
streaming
link.
to everyone.
Yes.
This
on
is our
YouTube.
last episode of BXB webinar for
Yes.
this month. But we're not so sure. We will just like gather all the information together and just see how can we help you more in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, so please share this streaming with your friends, with your clients, with your families, with your kids, with your mom, with your parents, with your grandparents.
Yes, share it to everyone. Just
Everyone, yeah,
yes.
yeah. And also don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel.
Yes.
I feel like I'm really like a YouTuber right now, you know?
You
Like
are.
I always have to show my face and
You
just
have a potential.
sell my voices to you guys like every week.
I think you really have potential. on
I
YouTube.
really have a potential for that. Maybe I will earn more money then. So please, if you are watching this, just subscribe to BXB's channel, and
Yes.
also we are doing our live streaming on
Yes.
Facebook as well. Okay, so before our our webinar really started today, I would like to let everyone say again. So I think I've been saying this page for 2 times. You can do it this times. Okay.
Okay, so this time, as like usual, we will have the Slido. So if you have any question, you can just take out your phone and scan this QR code and type your question inside. And later, after the presentation, we will reply the question you just write in the Slido.
You have to say more. Come on, every time I say this page, I can say 10 minutes. This is the YouTuber training camp, you
I
know.
am not a YouTuber.
But you will be. But you will be.
You
We-
are the YouTuber. So just if you have any question,
Yeah.
just type it in the Slido. And we will reply.
Slido.com.
Yes.
And if you're
Hashtag.
like actually watching in your cell phone right now, it is fine. You can just like open the other
Device.
open the other device, or just open another, open the browser and just go to slido.com and hashtag BXB webinar 3. So in this case, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask.
Yes.
Or if you don't really want to use the Slido, it is also fine. You just like write it in the chat box, and at the same time, I will also
Yes.
like watching what you're writing. So I also see our India partners, and you also want to have a specific webinar. I think, yeah, maybe Selena will handle for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I
we can
think
plan
Selena
that.
maybe will increase like the viewers, like attracting more people to watch Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah, okay. So let's get started for
Okay.
today's webinar. Okay, thank you guys for your participation and share the link.
Share this
Share the
link.
link. Okay. So again, like last 2 weeks, we just talked about a lot of the scenario of
Yes.
how can BXB help you in the in corporates or in education. And we just cover a lot of different kind of the products. We introduced like the we introduced what we introduced last 2 weeks.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, we introduced our education solution, and the second week we have the corporate solution.
Corporate solution.
Yes.
So we basically just cover like the how can BXB conference units and also the PA units can help you with the
Yes.
help you to grow up your business with BXB.
Yes.
But I'm actually today we are more focused on like what we exactly gonna do and what we gonna help our customer because they always still have a lot of questions. So we
Yes.
gather them together and just like providing you some of the scenario or some of the question and answer for that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so actually I'm quite curious because every time I always receiving the mail from no matter our international sales just telling me that okay they have some of the questions, but actually I'm quite kind of curious, you know, I'm now thinking of like maybe switching to sales, you know. So what exactly is the customer they are asking you about the solution? So when they asking you what kind of the problems they are ask you about?
Well, usually client come to BXB to look for conference solution.
Yeah.
Yes, and so this time, just like Patrick said, we collect many kind of the question that client face when they are developing a conference project. So we will share the all the questions in this free talk.
Ah, okay. But actually, I was kind of confused because BXB has been here for 29 years and we've been introduced our conference solution for a long times.
Yes.
And you are still asking conference units? Come on. What is exactly the problems? We've been introduced that for so long.
Well, you know, I think I have a story.
Okay, you have a story.
Yes, I think
Okay.
I can share this story for you.
Okay. I
Yes.
hope this story is not like a sleepy time story. You know, some of them is lying on the bed. Those people, like you are the person that lie on the bed. Don't fall asleep after you listening to this story, okay?
No, it is not a napping story.
Okay,
It
this
is
is not a
I
napping
think
story?
It is a funny story.
Oh, it is a funny story. All right,
Yes.
let's see. Okay, what is the story about?
Okay, so you know that there's somebody
Uh-huh.
and he was late in a conference room.
Okay.
So he didn't have any choice, but he have to sit at the behind of the conference room.
Sit in the behind of the conference room.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
really far away from everyone.
Okay.
But you know, one of the speaker, he forgot to open his microphone.
Open the microphone.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
so this person, he literally can't hear anything about the speaker.
So I bet that first, I think that speaker must be somehow like a old guy or
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
like a person don't know how to use the cell phone either.
No,
Like how is the technology works? Like is that the button to speak?
No,
Is that like?
I didn't say that. You're so mean. You're really mean.
No, but to be honest, I bet that conference room is absolutely not the BXB conference room.
Why?
Why? You were international sales and you asked me why?
You know what? It is because our BXB microphone has the automatically turn on function.
It is not only automatically, it's only for like the voice activation, which only will start the units when when you speak to the microphone. And no matter it's clapping or like a lot of students is like noise, and it will only when you speak to the microphone and it will activate it if you didn't open it.
Yes.
And also it has the auto off function.
Yes.
So like when you finish the speaking, you will just like, okay, you forgot to close the microphone. It is like, okay, we can also help you for that. So tell your friends, tell that someone, and just destroy the conference unit there. So BXB will handle for that.
You know, that is not the only thing happens
No way.
in that story.
Okay.
Because he is really far away from others, so he couldn't see the screen.
far away so he cannot see the screen.
Yes. So
Wow.
he couldn't hear.
He couldn't hear, he couldn't see. So
and
basically you can say he's deaf and he's blind and he just like losing all and if I were him I would just like sleep there and just like relax a bit in the afternoon, maybe just buy a afternoon tea, maybe some Indian milk tea, masala tea to like drink it, just like feel chill and relax.
So that is really a bad experience, but there's also one more thing.
One more thing?
Yes, one more
There's
thing.
another thing.
Another thing.
It is like a tragedy.
Yeah.
It's somehow bad. I feel a bit guilty.
It's not a funny story. It is a tragedy. Yeah,
I laugh at others' tragedy. I feel a bit guilty.
Yeah, the presenter, because he is not familiar with the device in the conference room.
Yes.
So he's spending a lot of time to share his presentation to the video, to the screen.
So basically, I can totally understand the meanings, like the feelings like that. Because personally, I'm using Mac Air as well, and it is always confusing for me if I get a Windows laptop, and like the scrolls and a lot of gestures totally different.
Yeah.
And once I'm using the Windows laptop as well, but once I switching the OS, then I totally don't understand anything. Like, oh wait, it's the brand new world for me. So I think I totally can understand their like the feelings, like they're switching those devices.
Yeah,
it's like
it's not familiar with them.
Yes. So, but I will say BXB has been always introducing a lot of the new kinds of the conference room. We just try to give you an idea of like the smart conference room.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is also what we are just trying to push our customers and try to introduce our smart conference idea to a lot of you, just like today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mentioning about smart conference, some of my clients, he told me the paperless conference.
Paperless conference.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you exactly think is the paperless conference?
Well, I think it is a conference room without any paper.
Okay, it is like literally like theoretically, I can say that you're correct.
Yeah.
But this answer just like without the answer, just like the answer without the question without the answer, you just like, they don't have a paper on it in the conference. But why exactly they don't need the paper for the paperless conference?
Well, I think maybe all the data they need are in the cloud. Maybe.
Okay, I mean like somehow correct, but somehow not so correct. But in BXB definition, like paperless conference, I will say everyone they're introducing paperless conference in their own brands. But in BXB definition, that our paperless conference is like according to the stories. Like if you are using, no matter you are using Mac or using and like the Windows, and you can just always using your devices. So and also while you are sharing your presentation, everyone can also see your presentation very easily, no matter from the like the monitor in the front or like the TV wall, like the video wall. So it is. You don't really need to print those presentation into paper copy and just share with everyone and just like print agendas and just like you can just like use the screen to watch like all the presentation. You don't need to print it out.
Yeah, and it will be also very eco-friendly.
Yeah, we have to save the polar bears and penguin, right? They're really cute. You have to save them. So we should call our paperless conference like the polar bear conference or like the penguin conference, right? Then people ask us why is polar bears conference and the penguin.
And every people don't know what is paperless conference mean.
Anyway, but in the future when the market mention about polar bears conference, they will always know that it's BXB product. You imagine there's a government saying that I would like to use the polar bear conference.
Polar bear conference. Penguin. I would like to have a penguin conference.
A penguin conference sounds like more cute. Polar bear somehow like too huge and too.
Any difference.
They're all animals.
Yeah. Well, maybe that will be one way to marketing.
Yeah, that is one way to marketing.
Yes.
So, Stacy, marketing team, you should consider my idea. Then, if you really take my ideas into like actions, remember to pay me some money. That is an idea.
Okay, enough. So, just like you say, paperless conference, but I think I quite understand what is paperless.
Okay.
But do you have any case study to share?
Oh, Thank you for mentioning the case study. Otherwise, I afraid I prepare a lot of material for case study and no one mentioned that.
Yeah.
So now before we start a case study, do you speak Portuguese?
No,
Because I'm going to take you to a place that speak Portuguese.
no, I don't
Oh,
speak
okay.
Portuguese.
Now repeat after me. This is the case study in Timor-Leste. I think it's
Why
Timor-Leste.
I have to repeat after you? I'm not used to that.
This is like the Palacio do Governo. Is that pronounced
Palacio.
like that?
I don't think so,
But I
but maybe you can ask
Palacio do
someone.
Governo. All right, if you're speaking.
Do we have any viewer who is from the
But
Portuguese?
if he write it like how to pronounce it, we'll still write it like that.
You can
like,
correct. You can say, yeah, Patrick pronounced
correct or something.
pronounced
Yeah,
wrong,
Palacio
terribly.
do Governo, something like that. All right, this is not the most important part. Okay, so today we're gonna introduce the first case study. We still have the case study even we're discussing your questions. But I think it is better for you that you can just understand others, how they do their own projects, and just you can learn more things from this. So this is a government's palace in Timor-Leste, and it is a really, really fancy conference room that I always want to introduce this to you guys.
Yes.
So first, let's get started with our Pepless conference units. Our Pepless conference units is actually just what you saw, like us, you already saw 2 weeks. But if you didn't see 2 weeks, then go back 2 weeks. Okay.
We still have the video.
Yeah, we still have the video. So
Yes, you can
go back to watch it, but
Yes.
not now. Okay,
Yes.
watch this first.
When
okay.
you are available, when you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
free,
yeah. And just watch our 2 weeks before,
Yes.
and you will see I'm speaking and just a bit boring than today.
No, you're still funny.
I will try my best. Yeah, so in this paperless conference units that we are thinking, a lot of the conference units, like for example, if personally I visited this conference room, I totally don't know how to use their computers. One of the reason is first, even they're using the Windows or even using the iOS, the
Yes.
language is totally different.
Yeah.
I don't read any Portuguese. I don't understand what exactly they're saying. So this makes like when I watch like using those computers, like it is a bit confusing for me. So if I can use my own computer, it will even better for me.
Yeah.
So in this case, we would like to use like the ideas of like the paperless conference that you can use your own computer and just like share your computer's image to the TV wall. In actually in this conference room, they also have the TV wall. So you can just share it with your like conference room and just like share it, and you don't need to print out all the presentation. And you know, one thing's the most annoying thing is like the speaker always they fix their presentation file again in the morning of the presentation. Like in the morning, I'm just like, this is not the thing I'm gonna say. This is not the thing I'm gonna say. So they just keep changing. So if you're using this, you don't have to worry about that because you are always sharing your paperless conference through the paperless conference units and just like share your latest version of the
Yes.
conference, like the presentation. And there will be no problems of how you design the animation and also the other things because it is still on your computers. Yeah, so I think this is one of the very convenient way that we can share with our paperless conference units.
So I just have to bring my own laptop and double click the yellow button.
Yes,
So
yes.
Our laptop screen will share to everyone.
Yes, this is the lesson 1 for the engineer, you know. Learn something. Learn something.
I don't want to be an engineer.
Hey, you're hurting engineers' feeling.
I'm just an international sales. Why you
Okay.
say that to me?
You can be an international sales engineer.
No, thank.
Okay. But okay, so like this is the paperless conference units, but actually I want to show you the other conference room. What do you think the difference between this and the last? Do you think it's the same conference room?
No, I think it's a little bit different.
But actually they are the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you see? It's the same, it's just from different angle.
Oh, but there are screen in front of each seat.
And in this, they don't have it, right?
Yeah.
So actually, this is the second product I'm going to introduce you. That is also a new series that we introduced today, our lifting touch screen and also the microphone. So in the future at BXB, we're introducing our lifting screen or the lifting microphone. That's when you need, you can just click it and the monitor will just come up to the
Lifting up.
yeah, lifting up to the table.
Yes.
And so in this case, when you're not using when you're using this version, then you can just like totally use all the spaces on the table. So if it just, for example, if you just like you are thinking just do something, discuss about something very important in this conference room, like for example, do we want to use BXB's products for our following conference units in this conference room? They need to have a lot of the paper to study and a lot of things put it on the table. So they don't need this monitor. So we can just like put it under the table and just hide it. And you can use all the spaces on the table.
Yeah.
And I would say this is also looks like even better than like if you just get into this conference room. So when you need the monitor, you just push the button and you will see like all the monitor just goes up to the table.
Yeah.
That is not only for the monitor. You can also do it like the microphone as well.
Oh, really?
So only the microphone just like lifting up. So there will be no spaces taken away from the if you're using the microphone. Yeah.
So when you don't need them, you can just close it up, and when you need them, you can just open it and you will lift it up.
Yeah.
That
So
will be
this is
very
also
convenient.
this is also a reason why it makes these two pictures so different, you know?
Yeah.
So I think even you have the idea, but I would like to show you directly like how exactly the lifting touchscreen they works.
Okay.
Yes, but before that, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever seen the movie like the Avengers?
Avengers, yes.
Yeah, Avengers. Like there's a lot of people flying everywhere.
I know.
And just like fighting
Iron Man,
everywhere.
right?
Yeah.
One of the character, yeah. Iron Man.
Who?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Iron Man. I was thinking who is Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Don't correct.
All right. So today I'm gonna show you about like it is so like what they do in like the conference room in the Avengers
okay.
like the. Okay, so in this conference room, and you will see like all the things is controlled by this iPad.
Okay.
So use this iPad to control, like open the whole system and just like switching and just like selecting the mode. They have different mode. And now you will see like the screen is turning on and they will do the switching between like what each of the sources. And during the switching, there will always something like this, just like doing, it just means that it's doing the switching. And once they finish the switching, it will open like this. This open all the screens and just like all the screens come up and just.
Yeah, it looks really fancy.
Yeah, it's really fancy, just like super high tech, right? And all the monitor do it like move it together, right? If it is like the palace conference, like government palace, I would say this is absolutely like the best view. I will absolutely show with my clients. Every my clients, I will always show this.
Yeah, I do think it is fancy and really high tech, but I think you are a little bit dramatic.
No, you just don't understand boys' romance, right? I mean, a lot of people must be think just like what I think. Just like it is really, really high tech and really automatic conference room.
Yeah, okay. I think, well, I would just imagine that this is the office of Tony Stark.
Okay.
Okay.
So the iPad is the Fridays.
Oh, yeah. You can say that.
the secretary. But
Yes.
Then I would say maybe Friday will be better than the iPad. iPad is Siri.
Well, maybe in the future we can provide a
Yes,
Fridays.
Siri,
Maybe.
just open the microphone. Hey
Maybe
Siri,
we can create a Sundays.
raise the monitor. Just something like that. I think
Yes.
it is possible. Like, hey Siri, open the monitor, just like all together.
Yes.
So this is the conference room that we do, and we're just trying to make. I would like to show you more about how they integrate. So like this is the screen, and when you click, as what I just want to show you about the Pepplace conference. I think in this part, and in this screen, that is, imagine that you're using this computer to control the system, and you can just like double click the
yellow button.
Yeah, to red button to switching, and also in stop. Okay, so this is like what you can control for this on this iPad. You can control the mixer, you can control the lifting monitor, you can control the camera, you can control like the video conference. So I will just like maybe just selecting like for example, if you're switching like the TV wall templates, and there are a lot of different kinds of the TV wall templates you can use in this scenario, in this project, and in this page, in this iPad, you can see like how we exactly control each of the sources and how we telling you that what you want to show on your TV wall, and using the colors difference to selecting the sources that you want to use with like no matter it is like maybe you want to use the computers and also like the cameras and all the things.
Also,
Yeah, so this is what we can control about the like the video series
it
and
is
using.
really intuitive.
Yeah. It's very just only if it is like the color blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is color blind, I'm so sorry for that, but
No,
we will try
just
to
want
fix
say
it.
That it is really simple for user.
Yeah,
It's
simple
really
for user, but
user-friendly.
but
Yes.
not colorblind friendly though. But we will find somewhere out to help you to solve that. Yeah, we will also think about that as well. So I would like to show you like if you're using like in this project, they're also using Polycom to do the video conference, and also that is perfect match. And just we integrate our system perfectly with the Polycom system. So in this case, they can also use the Polycom to do the meeting. Yes. So this is also what we do, and also I would like to show you about how you share your image. Like when you double click, you see double click. Okay, it's shining in orange, and you see the TV wall. It changed to the sources.
Yeah.
So like this is like how we integrate, and then you can just also watching some of the videos here. You know, when every time you're thinking maybe they're discussing something like the top secrets of the country in this conference room, but actually they're just watching some of the videos. Like for example, the president is inside and maybe he's discussing where will we go to the next stage in the international world, and instead he's just like watching some of the
Who
movies.
told you this? Who told you this?
Top secrets. No, just kidding. All right, later I will just show you about like a lot of the mode that they use in different kind of the situation, also the scenarios. So this is also the reason why we would like to introduce a lot of about this case.
Yes.
So later I will just like go back a bit about like the most basic things that we think we can do the best for you. Just like what your question about, you can think about what is the problems that someone met in the conference room.
Someone forgot to turn on the microphone?
Yes, turn on the microphone. So
Yes.
like in like 6300 series can solve that.
Yes.
And also like the auto off, also possible.
Yes.
And also like the camera tracking. You forgot to introduce your title, like
Camera
Bell.
tracking.
Yeah, Bell International Sales, aka
Camera
tracking model. Yeah, camera tracking model. So now you're finally not doing the camera tracking again.
Yeah, thanks God.
Finally, in the last episode, we can let you see the face.
Really happy about it.
Yeah. So this is how we like introduce like this conference units. Like we do a lot of the defense functions about the conference room, like for example the automatic on, automatic off, and paperless conference, and also like the camera tracking.
Yes.
A lot of function can be successfully used with our 6300 series, and also like the streaming media processor, and that is also the things that like the meeting room that's will absolutely need. They need to recording the meetings, they need to streaming the meetings, especially like in Taiwan now, they're just trying to make a lot of the meetings more like transparent. So
Yes.
it is very important for them that they need to do like the live streaming and also recording the files to share with the citizen. Yeah.
So there is someone asked, what is this conference about? So now we will show you what this conference can do.
Yeah, so in today's free talk, we are
Yes.
just like gather some of the questions and we answered it in like the talk show, and we were just like telling you about how we integrate those, how we solve these questions, and by answer with a case study. I would
Yes.
say a case study will be more things I'm just telling. I think everyone want to listen. Otherwise, I was just telling you, yeah, we can finish that in the FCS 6300 series, and you will feel like, yeah, of course.
Boring.
Yeah, so today we just give you a lot of a case study, which we already actually built it, and we hope you can also bring, like everywhere, you will always build a Palazzo do Governo.
Yes.
Yeah, you can always bring in something like this. And so now I would like to directly show you how the system diagram building up, and also how we integrate all the different systems together.
Yes.
So in the very first, I would like to let you know about normal mode, about in the normal mode, we have like FCS 6300 series,
Yes.
and that is like for the conference unit, like the integration of like the flash mounted microphone.
Yes.
In this conference room, and it's just basically when you're using the normal mode, you only use the audio version. So
Yes.
during the meetings, you only need the audio. You don't need any other audio video functions.
You just need the basic solution.
Yeah, and just like want to discuss something.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the normal mode that you only need the audio version. But what about next? That's okay, the mixer will remain, and now it brings you the entertainment mode, which is the things I told you that the president may be watching some of the videos or some of the movies at the conference room. They, in this case, they only need one sources, like from our computer or somewhere, and from our PC, if you want to share some of the video. Of course, maybe it is not movie, it's just like some of the very important video of top secret, something like that. Not so sure.
Top secret again.
Yeah, of course. I can only say top secret, right? So entertain mode is like helps you that you can fulfill like the requirements for some of the. In this case, helps you to do the entertainment mode, that to do some of the occasions, some of the projects in the like the movie theater or like the.
Yeah, or you just want to share the video.
Yes,
it is
yes,
okay.
yes. So actually, I would say this is also possible if you want to introduce this to like the commercial video wall in the public transportation stations.
Or the auditorium.
Yeah. So what about the combination that make this become, we call it like the smart conference mode. Smart conference mode actually just combine everything together. So smart conference mode including what? Including the camera tracking from our HTS 720, and also including like the streaming, recording, our media streaming processor. And this is actually why we want to introduce this smart conference solutions with you.
So sounds like the smart conference include our video and our audio, also our TV wall, right?
Yeah. So smart conference mode, you can actually integrate our conference from between audio and video together. So combine it together, that makes our conference smarter, and also like make everything like easy and automatically. Yes. So now I will go a bit more. We will introduce you our paperless conference mode. Paperless conference mode means like, as you remember, like what is the paperless conference mode? Everyone use their own computers.
Yes,
in this conference room, they actually have a conference. Each of the conference room, they have a PC with them. So the paperless conference room, they only need to double click their microphone units, and they will directly show their PC's image on the video wall. So just like the video that I just showed you, that they double click and it shows on the TV, and it is like without latency and any like the.
And no need to be afraid of any unfamiliar with the device. The language.
Yeah. So this is how we build. And do you think that is everything? Do you think it is complicated enough?
Do you have more?
Yes, I have more. Otherwise, I have some blank there. You know, my boss asked me to fill up everything. Yeah, my boss asked me to fill up all the things into the video to this diagram.
That's really huge.
So this is a very huge one, right? And the video conferencing host, that is the Polycom host, the Polycom CCU, that for the video conference mode that we just like, okay, you see, we use all the things together, and that also makes all the functions of this conference room. Yeah, it's just really complicated. But it is also fine if you don't know how to use it, because basically we can help you with this. In the future, if you are planning some kinds of the meeting room like this, let us know what you want to do for this conference room, and we will just draw the diagram for you. We will draw a very complicated conference diagram for you, and you need to try to figure out by yourself.
No.
Because you already listened to this presentation, so you have the ability of
No,
understanding
we
everything,
won't.
right?
No, we won't. We will try our best to help you develop.
Yeah, so this is how we introduce our video conference solutions, and just like how we put everything together.
Yes, so it doesn't matter what kind of the requirement you need, we will
Yes.
always provide you the suitable solution for
Yeah,
you.
one of the things I think the BXB can help is like we always can provide the solution that you're actually searching for, and also
Yes.
no matter like from the functional perspective or financial perspective, and we can always giving you some of the solutions that
Yes.
you're searching for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, mentioning about the price, well, because this project is a government project, so
Yeah.
it has many budgets.
Yeah.
But if the project, it doesn't have much money, but
Yes.
they still want to have this kind of function, what should we do?
So actually, BXB has been established for 29 years.
Yes.
And one of the things that is we provide all different segments of the product.
Yes.
We provide it from the basic segments to intermediate segments and also to the advanced segments.
Yes.
So in this case, that people really don't have to worry about the quality because of the, what the BXB's B standing for.
Best, multiple, best.
Yes, which means that don't worry about what kind of the products you're using right now, no matter it's like the basic, the intermediate, or the advanced one, and we will always give you the functions that you need with a very promised quality.
Yeah, so if you have any budget concern, you don't need to worry about the basic solution we provide to you is not, the quality isn't better enough or it doesn't look fancy enough.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. So even that it's the basic solutions, we can still help you with like according to your needs, design the diagram for you.
But do we have the camera tracking function in this basic solution?
Actually, that is also one of the other things that I think BXB can always giving our customer really satisfied answer.
Yes.
It's because even this personally, like this units, they cannot do it. We still have the other units that can help you with this. So there's one smart things I think our clients, they do about they planning the projects is because once they have the problem of the budgets, then maybe they cannot just put everything together at once.
Yes.
So they divide it into several stages. Yeah. So like first stages, I just put my basic conference units into the conference room first.
Yes.
So in this case, this conference room will be your customer forever. And the second stage, you can just telling them that, do you want to building some of the camera tracking? Okay, so they build up the second camera tracking with the camera and also with our camera tracking MCU.
Yes.
And also the third stage, maybe you should show them about the videos of the Avengers one and just telling them that, do you want to make your conference room like this? Yes, and okay, so you can just giving up, you can just keep introducing more and more functions to their solutions.
Yes, so many of my clients, maybe they don't have much budget in their phase one project.
Yeah.
So it is okay, we can provide you the basic solution. Well, maybe in the future, if you have more budget, you want to add more function, we are also, it is okay for us to provide you. I mean, you can just add the camera for camera checking, or you can just add the HDR731 for recording and live streaming.
Yeah, so I will say, I would like to quote great saying from our international sales, Selena. Shout out to Selena. So she said that the business, correct me if I'm wrong, just the real business starting once after you hand over the project.
The project, yes.
So, which means that once you're providing a satisfied and very good qualities solution to your customers, and they will finally like believe that you have the ability to offer a great solutions. Then they will always ask you about what can I make my conference room even better. So one of the BXB's goal is like we would like to training a lot of the professional conference room designer to in everywhere that design a BXB styles conference room.
Yes.
So like I would say the conference room is the first step that you introduce it to them. And just like later on, you can just like put more things into it, put more things into it. And in the end, it will be every of our conference room will be like the one that I just showed you about in the governo do Palacio do Governo, something like that.
If you pronounce wrong, it will be you will look very stupid.
Sorry, I speak personally. I don't speak Portuguese. I speak English and Chinese mostly.
So just in conclusion,
Okay.
if you need the basic solution, we can provide to you. And if you want to add more function, you don't need to change the whole system. You can just buy the function you need. So do you have any case study?
Thank you for mentioning that. This is the second case study that we do today. I'm afraid that they will feel like, oh, come on, case study again.
Second case study.
So today I would like to introduce our team in Philippines, FNTSI team, and Department of Public Works and Highways.
Yes.
And this is a very, don't you think this conference room is also very nice?
Yeah, I think it really looks fancy.
Actually, I think it looks more fancy than the conference room I'm using right now. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Jerry is watching me.
Yeah, Jerry is outside you.
So maybe we should build up a very beautiful conference room like this.
Okay.
So this is I think this is a very awesome project that our Philippine FNTSI team, they built up. And they are using EDC 2000 series, but actually, I don't think this is making the audio make them feel even worse or something.
The quality is also really good.
Yeah, and looks very nice as well.
Yeah.
So as what I just say, that we have different segments of our BXB conference units. So even that you're using EDC 2000, you still have some of the advantage actually.
Yes.
So EDC 2000 series is actually can only have the microphone with the inbuilt speaker. So in this case, if you don't really have the budget for building up the speakers, then you can still using the speakers in the microphone unit so that people can still hear the voices from the microphone units.
So each microphone unit will inbuild the speaker, so you can just listening from the speaker. From the microphone. Yeah.
So this is one of the advantages if you're using the EDC 2000 series. And that's why I just told you that. What do you think about what is the things up on the TV?
I think there is a camera.
Yeah, because the blue block is drawing the camera, you already see the answer there. So your answer is totally correct.
I just answered for our customer.
Oh, okay. So there's a small cameras on the TV, and that is also the reason I would like to introduce you, your friends, your colleagues.
Yes.
Do you know who?
Sherry?
No, not Sherry, but I would like to show you our Filipino camera tracking model.
Okay, I think she will be my friend.
Yeah, I think she do better than you.
Okay.
You should learn from her.
Okay, I will.
Okay, see her smile. Okay, now you learn how to smile like her.
I don't want.
Come on, you have to do the performance.
We are different type.
Okay, show your type to our clients.
I don't like smiling type.
In what reason that we need to see the camera checking with the people without any emotions, without smiles, and it's like, what are you looking at?
We are just different type, okay?
Okay, but I would like you to say to be like this, like the smile is really model.
But yeah, I can see that she's really happy using our microphone.
Yeah, I think absolutely. It is only because of the BXB microphone, not because of the meetings.
Yes.
Or maybe she knows that this picture will be shared worldwide to so many different countries.
Well, maybe she is a fortune teller.
She knows that this will be a historical picture. Just get your chance, okay, Belle?
Yes.
So get your chance, Belle. This will be the historical video as well.
Okay, I will keep my type.
You will keep your type without smiling?
No, I'm just don't like smiling.
So also in this project, we also have the meeting and recording for the streaming media processor.
Yes.
You know, there's a joke that I always tell my clients that no matter what kind of the projects you get, just write HDR 731 or streaming media processor in the top of every project.
Yeah, because it can also apply to education,
Yeah.
corporate, government, any kind of.
It just depends on
situation.
what you need for this project.
Yes.
Maybe you only need the meeting, you only need the streaming,
Yes.
or you just want to like redesign of your layouts and just like put everything together. So we even have the small keypad like this, just
Yeah.
to do the switching of the different like the
layout.
layouts, and also do
Yes.
the start recording, start streaming, stop streaming, these kind of things.
Actually, this webinar is using our HDR 731 to combine together. So you can see on the left screen, it is our presentation, it's our
Yes.
PPT, and the right screen is our image.
Yes.
So we combine these two sources in together, and we put the layout. So you can see there is two QR code on the bottom of this layout.
Yeah.
So all of these, we use HDR 731 to do it.
So that's also a reason I think HDR 731 can actually help you with different kind of the projects. It only depends on how you need and also how you want to use. So maybe, Belle, in the future, when you see there's a customer, they put the HDR 731 on the top of the product list, you should give them some of the special discount.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Yeah, because that means that he's listening to this
Yes.
webinar.
Yes.
And we should give them some support, you know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I will.
So lucky those 54 person listening right now. If you're next time you're arranging some of the projects, maybe writing the HDR 731 on the top of the product list, maybe we can give you some discounts. But personally, I'm an engineer,
When you are
so
saying this-
I'm not responsible for anything.
The viewer just scrolling down.
They don't want to write it down. All right, maybe I need to ask Yuli to say this word so it will make it more like convincible.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There are two person coming back because they heard about the
Okay.
discount.
Okay.
Right. All right. So this is how we build up this conference room. Like even this is like the basic solutions, but we still try to make this as smart as possible and try to make this a very good and automatic conference as well. Yeah. So this is like how we build up the Philippines, their conference room.
Yeah, but you know, when I see this video, when I see this screen,
Yeah.
I just thought that because now it is coronavirus.
Yeah.
So many company they like to use the video conference.
Yeah.
So do we have any kind of the function?
I will say if you want to use the video conference, then we will have other solutions for that. Because I will say, let me ask you a question first. Okay, so what kind of the conference software you know how to use?
I mostly use Skype, Google Hangout, and Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, that's almost what you can learn, right? So since I joined BXB, I started with Skype, Skype for Business. Then I use Skype. Then I use Zoom. I use Google Meet, Google Hangouts, Teams. And now I also learn some of the others, like sometimes I'll have to learn the Polycon, Avaya. You know, in the future, maybe in our resume, we need to write down like what kind of the video conference software you know how to use. Otherwise, like people will think that you don't learn something. So, and I will say one of the reasons I mentioned this is because we know there are so many different kind of the conference units, conference software that can actually makes the conference room very smart and very easy to use. So we are not being their competitors. We want to enhance. We want to make their video conference even better.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things that we help them is like we used our strength, that is our video conference units. That's no matter the video tracking or like the auto on, auto off, our voice microphone, and also a lot of things. We can just combine it with our DOS software.
Yes.
So which makes that you no need to change your behavior on using your video conference because you already get used to it.
Yeah.
And all you need to learn, all you need to do is install a BXB's video conference unit.
Hardware. Yes.
Yeah, and then it will make everything even better.
So sounds like BXB will provide the video conference hardware such as the microphone or the camera, and you can use your familiar video conference software, right? You don't
Okay.
need to spend a lot of time learning the new software.
I think there are one things I need to stop a bit to tell our audience. Usually just say that just show you are watching this webinar and leave I wanna buy HDR 731 here, then you can get a special discount. Okay, this is it's just like the style just suddenly changed, like buying TV or something. Just like now we're gonna give you a special discount on HDR 731. So join the discount, and right now, oh, I got a call. Oh, we already sell 1 unit. Okay, 10 units, 100 units. All right, all right. Just remember to leave some of the message there to.
Remember to have the screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, let's get back to the questions. Like, I understand that there's a lot of people there using different kind of the softwares, like especially even the hardwares, like as what we just show you in the Palacio do Governo.
Okay.
They're using what kind of the conference unit they're using?
Yeah, you know, they are using the Polycom.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
Lucky you're listening.
I am your best listener.
You have to.
I just want to ask for my clients, you know, maybe they want to use the software such as Polycom, Avaya, Cisco. So can we integrate with them?
Of course. I would say one of the advantage of like the BXB product is like only if you can ask us, then we will always try to fulfill your requirements.
Yes.
So we've already have the experience of integrating with the Avaya and the Polycom. So we only now receiving more challenges from you that you can just asking us that if you want to use other video conference units, then no need to worry. You just like let us know, and we will telling you how we integrate with that. And we will also show you a diagram and just tell you how to integrate with everything. So in this case, that even you're using Polycom, Avaya, or Cisco, or any other brands of the video conference units, then you will still have the experience of like the directional conference microphone, and also with the camera tracking function.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is how we integrate with everything, and just like try to push our brands to try to integrate our BXB conference units with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what about if I want to record the whole video conference?
I would say actually every software, of course, they will have the ways to record everything. But one of the things I would like to share is just like what we just said about the streaming media processor, that you can actually you can just see, if you're recording, that you're recording the image of like the layout, and also like the presentation, and also like the camera's image together, then it will be more efficient, because you only need to read one of the file, you can see everything.
Yes.
And you can just see it in the way that you want to show it.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is also a reason why we like to tell you, like before that, like I remember in the very beginning of I joined the BXB, they don't have anything for recording. They only need to like record our conference units in the computer. But now I think that once the streaming media processor is coming, and it is better a solution for the whole conference room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you can combine everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember that we have one case study which is
One more. And that is also, which is very, really exciting for.
Yes.
You know why? We're gonna learn a new language. Yeah, we're gonna learn new language. And do you still remember how to pronounce this? I bet that there may be like among these 48 people, that maybe there are one of it is is speaking Spanish or know how to speak Spanish.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's try it. Okay.
Okay.
Want to do it first, or I do it wrong?
You do it first.
Okay. So as I remember, Contalia Henelole de Medellin.
No.
No?
Isn't that Contalia General de Medellin?
Contalia Henelole de Medellin.
Medellin.
When you say when you say it fast, and you will just, and you know why? And people always thinking no matter what you say in like Spanish, and everything sounds very attractive.
I don't
For
think so.
example, I gonna say one word, another sentence like "Dónde está la biblioteca?" Do you know what it means?
I don't know.
It means that where is the library? It is very. So we want to
I
just
don't
like
care.
Contraloría General de Medellin. All right, I'm sorry for any Spanish speaker. I just like have some fantasy on like speaking Spanish, but I never learned it well. Yeah, so this is projects in Colombia I would like to introduce, and they're also integrating the Polycom systems. You can see in the screen here that they're using the Polycom system, and why they're using if they're already using the Polycom system, why they still need us to help to giving them some of the solutions of like the whole conference units. Like, and first, I would like to focus on the audio system. Like, our audio system FCS 6300 series can help them to do the camera tracking.
Yes.
So as you can see, even this is a very small size of the conference room, but it is still very important that they need to see both people speaking, especially for the chairman, also for the delegates, when they need to speak. It is very important that you need to see their faces, their whole reactions, and so it is like very important functions of what we can add it to the conference units of the conference room solutions.
Yes.
And also for the second part, as you can see in the green block that's in the left, that you can see there they have the streaming media processor that actually divided the things divided the four into the source into four. So which means that when you are trying to integrate, when you're trying to show your customer their image, you can just design your own layout and combine everything you want to show to your customer.
So like in this picture, because they have two cameras, so you can see the two camera can combine into one image.
Yes, and also like if you're gonna do recording for this meetings, and you can always using that to fulfill the requirements. So I would say even this is a small conference room, but it can still like giving you a lot of potential future for the conference itself. You want to do the recording, do the streaming, do the camera tracking. A lot of function that you think that's very fancy, only the big conference will need. Even in this kind of size of the conference room, you can still introduce your customer and let them know that's what is how to make their meetings more efficiency. Yeah. So this is how we introduce the case study. And do you want to try it again for the Contraloría General?
Contraloría General de Medellin.
You know why I asked you to try? Because that's everything for today. This is I know, but like this is the
this is
end
the last
of the
case study.
end of now. We're gonna prepare for answering some of the questions for you. But before that, I would still like to giving you a lot of different idea of how we introduce like a lot of the things like past few days. During this three webinar, we introduced our audio system like the QCon series, FCS 6300 series, and also like the EDC 2000 series. And also all of this is like we want to let you know that BXB can give you the solutions like the paperless conference units, smart conference units, auto on, auto off camera tracking, and also a lot of different functions that anything that's related to conference units, we can always help you with. And also for the meeting recording, the streaming media processor, that our HDR 731 can be put it on the top of every project list, okay? So it is possible to use in every occasion, just like you, only if you can think, then it always have something to do with that project. And also for the cameras, we have the USB camera and also the IP cameras for you to use in any kinds of the occasions. Last but not least, the video wall. That's now, as everyone knows, that now we are growing like more and more people, they want to see the video, the conference of the video like, or the video of the conference room.
Yes.
And these kind of things can be fulfilled by the VDM series. And also like the
Yes.
paperless conference can be also, can be done like very easily.
Yeah, so you don't need to be afraid that when you are sitting at the back of the conference, you can see anything from the screen.
Yeah, so poor him. Like the person that deaf and blind in the very beginning of the streaming, of the story today.
I should suggest him to come to BXB.
Maggie asked us that did we drink before the show.
I think you.
I drink a lot.
I think you are drunk.
I'm totally drunk.
I think you are drunk.
Who are you right now? What is your
Do
name?
you know what my name? Do you know how old I am? Do you know
you're
who is
40 years old.
4?
40.
40.
40. 40.
I don't want to talk to you.
All right, so let's go back. And also, if you have any more questions, just ask it now. And now, later, I will just give you some questions. I'm gonna give you some exam to see, to test whether you're listening or not today.
Okay.
And also, if you guys, this not 400, today is only 40 something. but still, I'm not, but
it's okay.
yeah, you can still ask any kind of questions and we will answer it later. Yeah, okay. So just, I would like to show you guys like how to go to this page, like slido.com. And just enter
BXB.
BXB
webinar.
3. Yeah,
Yes.
we already saw it. Okay. And you will directly get in this typing your question. Now, I can't wait to see BXB. Thank you guys. I'm afraid, I'm a bit shy. I hope that's big, but you don't left your name there. So I don't really know who to see. Okay, but if you have any more questions, just write it down here and we will answer it later, okay?
Okay.
So please answer a lot of questions now. So we will, I let you to see our secrets. Okay, so that is also what we're gonna do today. So now is the question time.
Yes.
The exam,
Ready.
the number, the question is already there. Let me just select it, random one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see the number 3. What is the paperless conference? Okay, you have to answer these questions.
Okay, so, well, in BXB definition, the paperless conference means that people can take their own device to the seat and they can just share their laptop image to everyone. And so if you want to share the image, you don't need to print out every kind of the data, such as the agenda or any kind of the information. It will be more eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we call paperless.
And what you also called as today's presentation, why we also called this paperless conference.
You mean polar bear?
Yeah.
Polar bear, penguin conference?
Yeah, penguin conference and also polar bears conference.
Yeah, penguin conference.
Stacy, you should talk. You should think about this name. Okay, yeah, that's correct. And also now I would like to ask you the second questions.
Okay.
Of, let me think, maybe 7. Can BXB system integrates with other brands?
Yes, so BXB, our video conference not only can integrate with the software such as Skype, Google Hangout, or Zoom, but if you want to use the products such as Avaya, Cisco, Polycom, our R&D team can also integrate with them. So you just need to tell us your requirement, and we will try our best to fulfill it.
Yeah, I think this is most of the, this is correct because we just answered that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've already write all the answers here. So in the future, later we will also share this presentation with you. And I think today's case study is very interesting and very attractive as well. So you can also just bring it back to your team and just do some discussion. And of course, if you're not able to join today's presentation, it's also fine. You can just watch the
Save
link.
this link.
Yeah, save this link to
Yes.
watch again.
Yes.
So it will be also nice that you can join us in this kind of way. Yeah. So now I think it is time for us
To see
to see what is the questions. Okay. So now we only have 3 questions, and please ask us as many as questions, since like the question is one of the ways that we evaluate today's performance.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we perform well?
Well, I think we are good.
I think some of us think we're drunk, so they don't believe what I'm saying.
No, but I still think we are good.
We are good? Okay. So like first, I can't wait to see BXB, but next time remember to left your name. Otherwise, we will put you into the top list of like the must visit customer, like on our like next business trip. But you didn't left any name, so sorry. But we really thank you for your comments. Okay, so in case of paperless units, where is my monitor being displayed? Projector screen. I will say the paperless units, where is the monitor being displayed? You can also see like in the paperless conference, like your computer. Let's discuss in different kind of the occasions. Like for example, for example, if you have like the lifting monitor in front of you, then once you share the paperless conference, yeah, you will also see the monitor in the front of you.
Yes.
And what if like you don't have if you don't have any other like the screen in the front, maybe you have a TV in the front,
Yes.
or like the projector.
Yes.
And it just depends on where you're connecting your how to say,
device.
like your encoder, your transmitter to, and just like you can just connecting the RX and
Receiver.
the receiver,
Yes.
and to share your information, like to share your monitor. So for example, in one of our projects, they're using a TV in the front of the conference room, and that TV is connecting with the receiver.
Yes.
So in this case, when they are doing the when the paperless conference sharing the details, and you will always see your computer's image. It's already shown on the TV.
Yes.
Yes. So next question. So for the lifting touchscreen microphone solution, is the touchscreen monitor has a built-in PC. How do we share files if the files is in our own laptop? Okay, so if there are 2 ways that if the lifting mic, in the projects that I just introduced, that they actually have a PC under the table.
Yes.
So that touchscreen is actually have already built in a PC. But if you have files that you want to share in your laptop, that you can also connecting the USB and the HDMI to your own laptop.
Yes.
So you can also directly share your image to the touch screen. So you don't need to dragging the file, share the files. That's not so how to say. That's like if it is like a laptop, you just only need to connecting anything. The touch monitor just like only doing the monitor things. Yeah, just connecting your laptop to it. Yeah.
So if the monitor, if your lifting monitor touch screen doesn't connect with the PC, you can just bring your own laptop and connect the HDMI, right?
Yeah.
To the touch screen.
Yeah.
And you can share your screen image to everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So next questions, kindly update for BXB production for digital tabletop conference system inbuilt speakers as now, no speaker, UFO and phone series. I will say there are some reasons for these 2 speakers, these 2 versions of the microphone. First, this is phone microphone. As everyone can see, this is a very small size, small size conference microphone on the table, and also we try to make this like easier to move. But once we put a speaker into it, it will make
no space
there's no
inside.
spaces inside.
Yes.
Actually, I've already see the contents inside. totally full. So
Yeah.
there's no speaker in this, and especially for UFO and Fun series that
Yes.
we also win the special design, the
Yes,
IF design, IF design awards, and
yes.
also like the good,
Japan Good Mark.
yeah, good G mark.
G Mark,
Yeah,
yes.
good idea, like the G mark design. And so like during those meetings that we are thinking, yeah, if the speaker is really needed in specific conference room, then we will introduce them the other kinds of the conference microphone. But for UFO and Fun microphone, we think like the appearance is like a lot way more important than the speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the other thing is like I will say microphone can be your representative of your image, of your company's image. When
Yes,
the people just
indeed.
like when they get into your conference room, they want to see a beautiful
They
things
will
on the
have
table.
the first impression of
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
conference room.
So we also try to make our EDC very beautiful as well,
Yes.
but it's just like going to the different ways. It's
Yes.
just like the different, I will say just different kind of the target audience for the
Yes.
microphone
I think
user.
it depends on the client's requirements.
Ah, yeah.
If you need more space in your conference room, we will suggest to have the Fun and U4. But if you need to have the inbuilt microphone, inbuilt speaker inside the microphone, I think EDC will be your choice. Right?
Yeah, and also we also have the FCS 63, 15, 16 that also have some
Yes.
inbuilt speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, just if you really have the inbuilt speakers need that, you can also just let us know that we will also help you with like just help you give you the solutions that's according to your needs. That is also what we just keep saying today, that BXB is trying to provide you the solutions of like what you really need.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Das ist alles.
Do
Thank
have
you.
No,
Everything.
too early. Too early.
I feel like
More
finally.
question? Do you have more question? Oh, there's someone said he want to buy HDR 731.
Yeah, because you want a special discount. Special discount. You forgot what you said.
I didn't.
Ah, okay. So you didn't listen to the.
No, I didn't forget.
Ah, okay. So there's only one person to get the special discount.
No.
He will be the only person.
No, I think there are many people.
So is there any people ask any questions there we didn't answer about? We didn't answer it?
Let me check.
Okay.
Okay, I think we just answering all the questions.
Okay. So I think last but not least about today's webinar. Oh, it is so fast. So today we still have the questionnaire that
Yes.
we hope everyone can help us to answer the questionnaires
Yeah.
about the feedback for today's training. I understand that today is totally different style than 2 weeks,
But I
than
think
last 2
it's
weeks.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny
Right.
because I drink a bit. No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
I knew it. I knew you were drunk.
I'm totally red right now, right?
Yeah.
Just I feel like I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah.
Who are you? 40 years old lady? Should I call you mom? No, just kidding.
Should I call you grandpa?
Yeah, you should.
But you are older than me. That is true.
Come on, 2 years older can be a grandpa. What
2
happened
years.
in these 2 years?
Older is older.
Oh, older is older.
It is
Okay,
true.
whatever. So we still have the questionnaire for
Yeah,
today.
so don't
And if you have
forget.
any feedbacks, and once you finish this questionnaire, we will give you the presentation file
Yes.
today. And we will give you over you the PDF file.
Yeah.
So again, if you still didn't join us last 2 weeks, that's no worry. You just only need to join again for our.
All of the video will be saved in our YouTube channel. So
Yes.
if you miss this time, it's okay. You can just go to our YouTube channel and watch it again. So here you can see there is the QR code of our YouTube and Facebook. So don't forget to subscribe and give us a like.
Yeah, so today, this is final of the BXB webinar. And in the future, maybe we'll just trying to give you more webinar and also a lot of new ideas of how we introduce our products.
Yes.
So these few weeks, I hope that you really like our ideas of how we do everything for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, so as we said it, keep saying today, BXB is always trying to provide you the best solution according to your needs and requirements. And in the future, please standing with BXB, and we will just try our best to push you in your markets.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you very much for your participation for these 3 weeks. And we really enjoy your participation and your support to us, your answer, all of your questions is
feedback.
really, really
Yes,
helpful.
your question, your
So
feedback.
anytime if you want us to do this again for you, that you should let us know again. But I have one more questions now.
Okay.
And I think this is also a very important question. Like ADC series can be connected with the Cat6 cable. Answer is no, because all of our conference units should be connected with our conference cable. And I would like to also using this chance to share with some of the technology with every audience now. Like our conference units is actually conference Cat5e cable is not only just like normal Cat5e cable. We have some special design in it. We just like it is shielded to prevent from some of the noises and so some of the interferes. So which makes our voices can be better.
Yes.
So this is also a reason we will strongly suggest you to use our BXB's conference cable.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no reason that you have to use other cables. You have to use our conference cable. We just only make it like the Cat5e cable, so you can just connect it easily. But we have to let you know that we have our own technologies in our conference cables, which makes
the cable more suitable with our units.
Yeah, and also makes the quality better.
Yes.
So if you change to other conference cable, then maybe it is not working and maybe the voice is not beautiful at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because we also have many kind of the lengths of the cable. So if you need any kind of the special design, you can just let us know. So we will provide a suitable cable for you.
Yeah.
But just like Patrick said, if you use your own cable, we are afraid that the microphone quality will be affected.
Okay. So there's a question again about like are these products available in India? Of course.
Yes.
We've been attend InfoCon India for so long time. We have partners in New Delhi, the Universal team. And if you have any question, you can contact our international sales, Irvan and also Selena. And so I think I gonna say thank you again, right?
Yeah.
So there are several very good partners that join these 3 weeks all the time. I really appreciate like the Vinoji, Irfan, Raman sir, the Universal team, and thank you for your participation. Like all the Indian customers, just like very active in the chat room, and also I really appreciate the FNTSI team, and you also give us a lot of the great example of like last week the AVIT event, and also this week the Philippines, your colleagues, the face tracking model, and there are a lot of the partners that I'm sorry I cannot just keep mentioning one by one. We have the partners from Vietnam, from Thailand, from Malaysia, from Singapore, from Indonesia, and all of us just make this webinar so international.
Yes.
And this is actually a very happy to see each of you during this webinar. I hope this coronavirus didn't struck us down, and just like we will try to keep strong and standing together.
Yes.
And just like let's wait when everything go through and we can just like grow up stronger together with BXB. Okay, this is everything for this 3 episode of BXB webinar.
Okay.
Thank you so much. See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.